Okay, so this is truly a blind reacts. I'm familiar with this case at all. So here we go. So this is truly a blind reacts. I'm familiar with this case at all. So here we go.
You might think Leah Mowat would be owed a debt of gratitude for bringing an online child predator to justice. Instead, the 34-year-old's life has been torn apart.
The night I found out what was going on, everything changed forever.
The reason is as simple as it is shocking. The predator was her own partner.
Men have been arrested in raids across the child. Crimes have sickened even the most experienced senior police.
65 Australians, including a priest and a school teacher.
Hundreds of thousands of images.
Leah is one of a growing number of women who are discovering to their horror that they married a monster.
A suburban house home to unspeakable horrors.
A partner living a sick double life, secretly viewing and getting their kicks from abuse material. Do you think about the children that were in those images?
Yeah, I have. And I think that's something we all need to think about. Things happen to these children that you would never dream of. And he was looking at that stuff.
If you achieve gratification from viewing the image of a child being abused, it cannot be such a quantum leap that you wouldn't take your online fantasies into the real world.
And this is the thing about that, and this is why I say when I review cases, and this is the thing about that, and this is why I say when I review cases, frustrated in the world with pop culture, and I don't believe he did this, or I don't believe he did that. Frustrated in the world understand with pop culture, and I don't believe he did this, or I don't believe he did that. Psychology, there's a very have to understand the fact that think about psychology. People don't let out. Very primal thing about people, the ego and the people don't let out. And the ID, the ID sits in that very ego and the super unconscious level, and the ID sits in that very. The primality of who you are, right? The very, and it speaks internal core of who you are, the primality of thing that you don't tell anybody. Very, and what happens is core of who you are. You start to work into a space over time, and what happens is that you start to work into a space over time, that behavior that you've been displaying in private is not questioned. But more so, maybe you get around people where that behavior is private is not questioned. You can do one or two things, maybe you get around people where that behavior start number one exhibiting more of that behavior. You can do one or two things, or both. And you can start number one exhibiting more of that behavior. Number one, number two, you can start justifying that behavior, and you can start no matter what, number two, anybody tells you to the contrary behavior. So that this is what you believe. No matter what anybody tells you to the contrary, this is what you believe.
Where is
this? This is how you express yourself.
That was at a friend's birthday. And it was not long after we first met.
You look happy then?
Yeah, I was.
Why so?
Because it was new love.
Leah was 25 when she met Philip Velio through an online dating site. He was an IT professional at a nearby university, and the two hit it off straight away.
I remember he was funny and he made me laugh, and he was kind, and I believed he was a good person.
How long were you with him?
Almost 6 years.
Long time.
Yeah, a good chunk of my life.
Oh, good boy. Sit.
The pair bought a house together and settled down. Philip's passions were computers and cars. He would take part in online forums, trading parts and seeking advice, but his online persona had a far uglier side.
How could I be with someone for that long and not know? But at the end of the day, there was really nothing that would tell me what he was really doing. not anywhere in the relationship.
Yeah, because like he's not you're not following him 24/7. So how would you know? Because like
late 2014,
you're not following
the couple
him 24/7,
seemed to be
so
drifting apart.
How would you know?
Leah had her suspicions.
Did you suspect he was cheating on you?
Only towards the end. And I guess thinking that we met online, maybe I'll find something online about what he's up to.
Part of that drifting of behavior comes from now I'm getting more comfortable. Part of that drifting of behavior, don't see me doing it, and so now I'm getting more comfortable. Expanded to it a little I feel like you don't see me doing it, and so therefore I can comes out expanded to it a little bit of neglect, and then that comes out as
Leah searched his profile name, and one of the results linked him to a website. She clicked on it and found herself in a dark corner of the internet filled with depraved images and videos. But it's what Philip had uploaded himself that was truly disturbing.
I immediately saw that he had uploaded pictures from people's Facebooks, including myself, a friend, and the friend's daughter.
How old was the friend's daughter?
She was 15 at the time, but some of the pictures were when she was a lot younger.
The photos had explicit or suggestive comments underneath. They included a picture of two young girls in bikinis.
What he'd written underneath this photo told me what the reality was. That reality destroyed my world in a second. And I knew that quite quickly after I saw what I saw, the police had to be called.
Leah had barely scratched the surface of her partner's twisted online obsession. Police seized his laptops and iPad and found more than 32,000 images and 854 videos. Many showed teenagers, toddlers, and even babies in sickening sex.
30,000? 30,000? Oh my man, that's 30. That's every single day over 6 years. Oh my man, that's every single day over 6 years.
Convicted on 2 counts of possessing abuse material, Philip Velio received a 12-month good behaviour bond.
I think what upsets me most is that, maybe I've stopped him, but who's helping these kids?
Because there are so many others like Philip out there.
He had hundreds of videos and thousands of images. How many kids is that?
It's bad enough, Peter, that women find out that their husbands have used online abuse material. But that's just the start of the problems that they have to face. The grief, the turmoil, the distress, the ongoing trauma that they've suffered has been horrific.
Not just to begin with, but ongoing.
Absolutely.
Dr. Marg Liddell from Melbourne's RMIT University is the author of a world-first study of women like Leah. Partners who are stigmatised by a crime that is no fault of their own.
The common thread is the despair. How did I end up with this man who is looking at these images and doesn't understand, the horrific child abuse that's behind it?
And how did she not pick it up.
That's right. How did she not know?
And that's just the beginning.
That's absolutely. That's the beginning.
Then comes the isolation,
That's right. That's right.
the loss of friendships.
Yes. It's a kind of a snowballing trauma. It's really extreme.
They are the forgotten victims.
Very much the forgotten victims. And that's, I think, what we have to change.
So I lost everything. The house, the car had to be sold. I had to move.
Your whole world had collapsed.
Yep.
How often did you think, what have I done to deserve this?
Oh, lots of times.
See, that has nothing to do with you. See, and this is what I'm saying. Like, you're placing blame on yourself, and you're saying, "What did I do to deserve this?" It's not about whether or not you deserve anything. It has nothing to do with that. And you're saying, "What did I do?" It has everything to do with because I was trying to look at it on his face. To do with that, and I was trying. It has everything to do with because I was trying to look at it. He hides it extremely well. I was trying to see it. That's number one. But number two, he hides it extremely well. The only way in which you can see it, that's number one, is when he lets his guard down. The only way in which you can see looking at something is when he lets his guard down. He's caught unawares. And that means like that, but other than that, something because it's about a mindset, because or something like that. It's like lying. Because it's about a mindset. If I'm not thinking about lying, it's like it's like lying about lying. If I'm not going to show any of the signs about lying, I'm not going to do anything. I'm not going to be tensed up about lying. Thinking about lying, show any of the signs of lying, I'm not going to do anything. But if I'm my body about lying or thinking about how I'm operating in a space or something, then my body, my tone of voice, the way I talk, facial, it's going to shade or something in some way, shape, or form. My tone of voice, the way I talk, it's going to shade. But if he's with you and he's not in some way, shape, or form, he's not even engaging in that stuff. When he's with you, he's with you, and he would only see about that stuff if he's with you, engaging in that stuff. And he's when he's engaging in it, you're not going to see it. You would only see it out into the distance if he's with you, and you're like, what are you thinking about? Engaging in it, or that's when you're going to see it out into the distance. Then that would lead you to ask more questions. What are you thinking about? That has nothing something like that. That's when you're going to see it, and then that would lead you to ask more questions. But other than that, it has nothing to do with you.
Why am I being punished for doing the right thing?
Two years on, Leah is finally starting to rebuild her life. Much of that is down to Natalie Walker, who is on a mission to empower those forgotten victims of this unspeakable crime.
If there was no one just looking at abuse material, there would be no children being run videoed.
It's 15 years since Natalie found out her then partner's awful secret. A friend who serviced his computer stumbled on a collection of explicit images of children.
Our mutual friends rallied around him.
Around him?
Around him.
Not you?
Not me. They tried to protect him from me to a degree because I was ruining his life by speaking out about this.
Shocked by the lack of help, Natalie set out to make a difference. In 2013, she founded Partner Speak, the first support group of its kind.
Instead of being a victim, instead of being someone that's looked down upon and isolated and crushed, they're someone that has something to offer someone else. And women who don't think they're very far along in their recovery are then reaching out and helping someone else. And that's really powerful.
For Detective Inspector John Rouse of Queensland Police, every day is a lesson in depravity.
So he puts a new album on there virtually every day. Seems to have access to quite a few different kids.
The head of the world-renowned Child Protection Squad, Task Force Argos, says it's impossible to know how many men are viewing abuse material, but the number of arrests has risen dramatically.
The internet has so many opportunities for people to communicate, utilising peer-to-peer, bulletin boards, email, applications. It's endless the way that they do it.
What is it that could possibly turn someone on when looking at these depraved images?
It's beyond me. You know, people are wired differently. You know, but you've got to understand this isn't a disease or a sickness or an illness that, that you catch. It's a predetermined disposition to abuse a child. And we will put every last breath we can into trying to stop it happening.
I understand the people who are protecting him. I understand. Especially the people who are protecting him, because this happens. Whoever this person is and what they mean, you see it at the celebrity level. Of the people around them. Whoever this person is, just don't want to see the worst, and they say the lives of the people around them. We can rehabilitate this person, or people just don't love on this person enough. And they say, then we can rehabilitate this person, get them back to where they just love on this person enough. We should, and we can get them into a decision or a situation where their life is completely changed. We shouldn't, if they have an opportunity into a decision or a situation where their life is completely changed. Usually the person that they have an opportunity for the person that is guilty becomes usually the person that in the moment. And so they say, I'll do better. That is guilty, I'll never do it again. And so they're like, yeah, see, in the moment. And so they say, I'll do better. And I'll never do it again. And so they're like, yeah, see, it's tough. And I honestly,
Leah hopes by coming forward, she too will make a difference, easing the stigma faced by women like her. It takes great courage to tell her story, but it's a sign of just how far she's come.
I think if you've proved anything, it's that you're a survivor. Do you feel that way?
Despite everything, I never gave up. And I did the right thing. That's all it is. I did the right thing.
What is your message for anyone who might be in your shoes?
They're not alone. And what they're feeling is okay and normal. And it's not their fault.
I guess my final analysis would be to say that it's extremely hard for me to, final analysis would be to say that it's wrong. It's extremely hard behavior to be out there, but it's extremely difficult. You can say that it's wrong for that kind of behavior to be out there, but it's extremely difficult for me because just outright disparage the individual. You have to think because what is that person going through to where this is their resort? Like this is, what is that person? And not even saying that they're going through something to where this is their resort. Like the gentleman said, and not even saying that they're going through something. They're almost like predisposed to this kind of behavior. Like the gentleman said, what are you dealing with? Almost like predisposed to this kind of behavior. Let this behavior go. What are you dealing with that you can't? You see what I'm saying? This behavior that's what I want to know more about. Because as a society, we have set laws and said, that's what I want to know more about. This is wrong. Because as a society says, okay, I'm going to engage in this kind of behavior. This is wrong. But this individual says, okay, because I'm going to engage in this kind of behavior. My integrity in my private time, because internally, maybe I know it's wrong, but my integrity says this is what I want to do. This is okay. Maybe I know it's wrong. You justify it to yourself, but this is what I want to do. This is okay. Other people, so you justify it to yourself, help you justify. But then, and so it just blows up. You get around other people, which is why we start getting undercover help you justify industries, and so it just blows up. Market industries for which is why we start getting undercover other industries and black that nature. Market industries for trafficking. It's really sad on both sides. It's sad for the individual who just can't seem to get away. It's really sad on both sides. It's sad for the individual who seem to get away. But it's I think even sadder for the individual physically, of course. I think that's the saddest part about it. Both individuals who become physically, of course. I think that's the saddest part about it. Somebody taking individuals who their privacy and exposing it emotionally because of somebody taking unethical way. So that's the video. Let me know what you think. Negative. Like, share, subscribe. Unethical way. Maybe that's the video. Your experience. Let me know what you think. Experiences that are like, share, subscribe. You don't have to tell all your business. Some of your experience that are. Let me know what you think. Experiences that are shareable. Next video. You don't have to tell all your business. Thank you for watching. Take it easy. Let me know what you think in the